Hello again, everybody, and this is Justin Pontarelli doing some more Interstellar pilot. And this is going to be part 2 of a new video mini-series I started called Earning Credits. The first one is called The Basics, and I attempted to cover doing courier missions, retrieving broken ships, destroying or fighting ships for cash, buying and selling goods, being a taxi, and salvaging abandoned ships. I also wanted to briefly cover mining ores for cash and buying and selling ships for cash as well if we get to that point. But I can also demonstrate that with through another file too. Okay, so we're going to continue the file that we started before. Okay. I no longer have a cold. I feel a lot better. If I do briefly blow my nose, it's because I do have allergies, so that does happen sometimes. And again, I always appreciate the video suggestions. So this video is going to be a follow-up to a previous question. In this video, I also want to cover basically how do you what is a faction, I guess, and how do you make your own faction, okay? And we also do have a video series on making allies, okay? And then I guess we're going to be covering also how to set up a station, okay? If we can get that far. And if we can't get that far in this video, maybe we'll just pop another file open and use that file. So, first things first, I don't know if the DU recorder watermark is... Oh, it's not. Okay, I turned it off. Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, this video, of course, is being created via the DU recorder. Okay. We don't need the watermark on. Before they had given us the brush for free. Now it's something you have to pay for. It's pretty bad. So anyway, all right. Let's load up the previous file we were working with, where we are starting off as an enforcer. We already have a pretty well-loaded ship with about 47,000 plus credits. So we're doing pretty well. We are streaming off in the Androla sector. Let's see here. Where are we? The Lemus area. Or no, we're in Androla, in the Hawker. Because as always, whenever you're in an area, start by checking out your scanner. You'll be glad you did. Alright. Hey now. This guy's got a bounty on him. That's a nice way to start a file, huh? Action right off the bat. Love it. Is he running? What are you running from, big guy? What are you running from? You better have a good bounty. I'm taking damage. Guys, sometimes you have to run from fights because sometimes these fights are not worth the damage. Oopsie. Yeah, it's really not going to be worth the damage. Alright. We're just going to reload. That was annoying. Let's just reload the game. So anyway. I probably could have won, but it's not worth it. Let's be honest with ourselves. Okay. So, where are we even? Yeah, that's... No, we're fine. Okay. Check your messages. Because that ship is gone. We can maybe look at that later. Yeah, don't need that. Let's see, so... What are we doing here? Oopsie. Missions? Nope. Check our property. Nope, just this one ship. So where are we going? Where are we going? Let's figure that out again. Okay. Yeah, first let's cover, what is a faction? So very quickly, go to log, go to factions. Let's just show minor factions as well and organize by opinion. So a faction is any group or team, whether it's a single ship, okay, for example, this person here, it's just Melanie Jansen. Melanie Jansen is considered to be a faction, even though it's just one ship. Just like right now, we are technically a faction. Okay, it's just either a team of ships that can also include bases, whether it's turrets, trade station, a military base. For example, the pirates or the bandits typically either have a military base or a repair base and a bunch of ships. Then you have huge groups like, for example, the TF, or I don't think we got to Lambda yet. But anyway, they can be really huge, like deep space mining, or they can be, like I said, little people like Sandra Johnson. Okay. So to answer a question really quickly, how do you join a faction? The answer is you don't. You basically are a faction, or rather, you become a faction, and you can develop. You develop your faction over time throughout the game. So let's quickly set up our faction. I'm not feeling very creative today, so I'll just call my player name or my pilot name Justin. Okay, there you go. Click OK. And then, once we think of a faction name, you would put it in here. So for now, that's fine. Let's see. In terms of making allies, that is something that's done over time by carrying out actions that would be considered favorable by the other factions. Typically, going to war with their enemies will help a lot. Like, let's say, for example, I want to improve relations with deep space mining. Then you'd want to attack Black Sail, Fortuna, the Bandits, Phoenix, Tiger, Lynx, and Prophet groups. Okay? Starting off as the Enforcer, as an honorable player or personality type player. Actually, let me just double check that. Yeah, see right there on the right hand side it says wealth deprived, power weak, personality honorable. It's not possible for you to become friendly with the bandits. No matter what you do, they will always be at war with you. Black Sail, however, you can actually make them happy. You can actually develop a relationship with Black Sail. Again, fastest way to do it, attack their enemies. The TEF, El Gahat, Deep Space Mining Corporation, etc. Okay? But I have a whole other video series dedicated to that, where we, throughout the mini-series, we check on our progress with these relationships or these alliances. Now notice, let's go back to factions. And right here, okay. Notice it says allies none. It'll never actually list an actual ally unless you hire a mercenary. Okay? And even then, those alliances are temporary. Once the hire time or once the mercenaries are done working for you, they're no longer an ally. Okay? But what I've pointed out before in these videos is you can develop really good relationships with other factions. Okay? See all these green bars, for example? Green is good, red is bad. Okay? So we've already taken up enough time explaining that. So, what did I want to do anyway? Well, I guess the easiest thing to do would be to demonstrate how to own and or build a station, okay? But I also wanted to cover being a miner and buying and selling ships. So first things first, I guess. Let's just go ahead and load a new file real quick, okay? And quickly cover how to be a miner, because that goes kind of that kind of goes along with how to make money in this game. So new game, universe, uncharted space is fine, and miner, and play. Now being a miner is, in my opinion, the most boring way to make money. But if you're starting off and if you're having trouble as an enforcer or as a bandit, you can start off as either a miner or a merchant. While being a miner, you're going to have a base to hide at, okay? But mostly you'll just be around harvesting rocks. First, I'll show you the manual way to mine the ore, and then finally the automatic way to do it. And that'll be it. So go to scanner, click on the rocks, okay? And then find the nearest rock. Now there's background rocks that you can't shoot at, and there's actual rocks that are actually, in space that you can shoot at. Okay. So there's a ship here. There's our target. When we get close enough to it, the bars for our mining beams will light up, just like that. And we want to be within about 100 range or so of these things. Don't be afraid to turn your back on them and move around, because when a mineral pops off that you can harvest, you'll see a little icon light up in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And see that? So I click on that button. I haul in the stuff, right? I want to demonstrate real quick first. I should say how to pull it in by hand, which isn't hard. Click on the target. Click your tractor beam on the lower right-hand side. Okay, that's how you do it manually. We'll just click on ship and cargo. We'll work up to a full load. Doesn't take too much time. You can steal their cargo, but I would advise against it. Just because it really irritates them, and you'll eventually end up, being at war with them if you do it. For the most part, being a miner can be safe work, but eventually pirate or bandits might come through the area, in which case you want to keep in mind your the nearest base to hide at, okay? Which in this case would be in that direction. Okay, almost full. We're getting there. Let's say you like the idea of mining for cash, okay? Eventually, if you decide you want to keep doing it, I would at least recommend getting an upgrade and having the more powerful mining beam. The level 1 beams are just really slow, really ridiculous, and I don't recommend them. I really, really don't. But to get a better beam requires more money, which you don't have. So this is it. But once you have a lot of money on another file, for example, I do recommend getting miners to supplement your income, okay? Because it can be really steady income, especially when these things are properly equipped with good mining beams, maybe a cloaking device to hide from pirates, stuff like that. Okay. You're probably wondering, why do I keep swinging my ship around in circles? Well, because I could swear I see the computer do it sometime. Well, maybe I'm wrong. But I swear it does seem to make a difference occasionally, so I don't know. But I guess in this case it's also to demonstrate the fact that you can be pointed away from the target and still pick up the chunks of ice or minerals that pop off these things. Okay. So this is getting a bit boring. Let's hope that's the last chunk I want or need. Oops, wrong button. Ship cargo. You know, that's good enough. Okay. Let's go to the refinery, which is apparently getting beat to death. So let's make this a quick drop-off. Oh man, who was attacking this place anyway? Oh, goody. Oh boy, that's not fair. That is not cool. They destroyed the deep space mining operation thing. Wonderful. Yeah, so I think we want to go here then. Yeah, I did mention that this was that this could be risky. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to fly over to Trekos. I hope that that is the right place I want to go to, and I'll pick up the recording at that point. Okay. Okay, so apparently Trekos was the right place to be. We got a nearby asteroid, but I don't see any. Okay, oh, there's one. Never mind. Let's go here. We're going to go over here, guys, to the refinery. This one's a lot more protected, apparently, with better lasers and stuff. Got a whiles to travel, so let me just pick up the recording again once we're basically about to dock. Okay, and we're going to dock. Let's go. Remember, click the button right there, right above the speed bar, and click trade. Click sell your ice. Okay, undock. Now in this area there's different rocks. Okay, these asteroids, the type B, they give you better stuff. It's worth more money. Now instead of mining manually, let me show you how to do it automatically. Again, click on the bar or button in the lower left-hand side of your screen. It's the three bars, or sorry, three lines. Click on ship. Click on orders. Click on fleet settings. Let's go with prefer to dock. Prefer to cloak, because maybe eventually you'll have a cloaking device. Click on stance. Get rid of attack hostiles and intercept hostiles. Actually, you know what? Leave attack hostiles, that's fine. And you don't need a home base necessarily. So click fleet settings again. Click on special. Click on mine asteroids. And we're going to watch as the autopilot turns on. You can notice it in the upper left-hand corner. Okay. And you should notice that it's a bit faster when the computer does it for you. Why? I don't know. Either they're doing something I'm not doing, or they just have a specific technique. I don't know. I really don't know. But we're going to watch for about a minute or two, and then switch back to the other file. So he's picking a rock. I don't know why he just didn't go to the nearest one. Maybe he wants his own. I don't know. Oh, slowing down. He's found a target. And this one's about 93 distance away. Notice he's only using the top beam. He's not using the secondary beam. I don't know why. So far nothing, but, you know, maybe it's just a matter of a watched pot never boils. So if you're not actively watching and playing, maybe it just seems faster. Okay. But this is how you can set up an automatic mining operation. So if you have your regular file set up, maybe you're flying around in your Flyer A-class vessel, doing other things, fighting for money, running courier missions. But let's say you want to have some, you know, other sources of income. You can buy a mining vessel and harvest asteroids. Now, when he's done, he will automatically go back to the nearest refinery to drop off and sell his stuff. Okay? So you don't have to do anything. If he does come under attack, though, you're going to want to check your messages and maybe pop into him. Okay? Now, I can't show you how to do this in this file, but I'll pull up another file and show it to you that way. So let's get out of this one. Okay. And let's pull up a real file where I should have mining vessels. let's go to load game, and let's see. Maybe here? I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so let's see what we have. And we do have a mining vessel. Okay. First, let's get into a ship. The Avenger, let's do that, yeah. Okay. So let's say you're in the Avenger, one of your favorite ships that you're using actively, and all of a sudden you get a message stating that one of your ships is under attack. So you go here, go to log, go to property, and let's say it's your miner. So the Princess, for example, is under attack. Enter. Click on her, enter. Okay. Unpause. Or actually, better yet, you're under attack. Let's pause. I know it feels like cheating, but it's not. First of all, look around. Do you have any allies? In this case, yes, we do. These guys are blue. Or sorry, green. They're green. Which means they're allied with us. We're going to want to fly towards them. Okay? So, first of all, look around. Go to scanner. You know, check out where the enemies are. Are they dying? Are they already being taken care of by nearby patrollers? If not, find the nearest ally. In which case, it's going to be over there. And let's go over there. Okay. So first things first, get rid of the autopilot. Start moving. You have to hide. Hide. See him? Click on him. Hop in. Crisis averted. Okay, at this point, the enemy is probably done chasing you, and now they're probably attacking the turrets that are guarding this base. They're probably getting the stuffing knocked out of them. So at this point, you're safe. Okay? But if you're like me, you've been playing for a long time, you've probably equipped your haulers, your mining vessels, with the cloaking device. Just cloak, lower right-hand corner of the screen, under the tractor beam, and guess what? The pirate attack will stop. They can't shoot a cloaked vessel. Okay? So very simply, that's how you can stop an attack on one of your mining vessels. Okay? Or in that case, any vessel, for that matter, at all, that's really not built and meant for fighting. Okay? So let's see here. Now, since you've stopped it from doing its job, how do you get it back doing its job? Again, click on the lower left-hand icon, the 3 bars, 3 lines. Ship. Orders. In this case, my fleet settings are already set up the way I want them to be. Prefer to dock and intercept hostiles. Go to special, mine asteroids. And he goes back to doing his job. Notice on this ship I have a level 2 mining beam, some lasers, and a cloaking device. Okay. So now the question became, or was also, what about factions? How do I become a faction or join one? Well, you are a faction. And in my opinion, as you get more ships, you get a base, you basically do become your own faction. And even though in this game I'm not the most powerful, okay, I'm definitely doing pretty good. My wealth is affluent, my power is ascendant, and there's not many more teams on the list that are more powerful. In fact, I am more powerful than quite a few of them, okay? In this file I have a small fleet, some miners, some haulers, a passenger hauler, 2 passenger haulers. I have a military outpost, some more repair shops, a flyer, and an Orion fighter. So it's not the best file, but it's not bad. Let's see here. So now we quickly want to go and cover how to buy and sell a ship for money. Okay? Because this is part 2 of the making credits video, so let's do that. Let's go to properties. Let's hop aboard the Avenger again. Let's actually request a taxi to, I don't know, the trade station, I guess? Let's see, job board. Okay, can't do that. Let's go someplace else. Go to Halimus, maybe? Maybe go to the refinery. Job board. Right, perfect. Okay, so deliver a Hornet X. Okay, we urgently need a Hornet X class ship delivered to the refinery A in the Halimus sector. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is actually a nice way to make money once you have enough money to buy ships, okay? Because quite literally, you buy the ship, you send it to the destination that it has to go to, and they give you not only the price of the ship that you paid, but extra money as well, okay? And these things deliver themselves, quite literally. I'll show you, okay? So I'll take the mission. Now, I'm also going to show you the quick way to do this. The ship that we want comes from a military base. So let's go to a military base. So far nothing, but that's okay. We might have one here. I'm not sure if this is a trade, a military base or a repair base. Okay. Either way, we can buy our ship. So go back to log, missions. Hornet X going to the refinery in Halimus. So buy the ship. Hornet X. Buy and enter. Okay. And let's go to orders. Fleet settings. Prefer to dock, cloak, and uncheck that. Now he's going to a refinery, so let's go to cargo prices. Refinery's taking copper ore, right? There's a list of refineries. And there's Refinery A in Helemus. Notice the greenish blue star. Toggle waypoint. Order move to. Okay. Better yet, let's do this. 3 bars. Ship. Orders. Fleet settings. And notify when order complete. So once he gets there, he's going to tell us. Okay. Now look at this. He is quite literally delivering himself. More or less. Now go to log, property. At this point, jump into whatever ship you want or any base you want. Log, properties. Let's go into the Allison. In fact, if I remember correctly, this was probably, I think, my first file. Yeah, so I was a merchant. I named my merchant ship the Botany Bay. And then I finally bought a fighter because, you know, it gets kind of boring just being a merchant. So there's my fighter, my Flyer X. Let's undock, let's just fly around for fun. Oh, look at that. Message received, right? Check it out. Let's get rid of the message. I don't think we need that. Property. And you want to look for the ship that we just dropped off. There it is right there. Enter. There you go. Click on complete mission. And let's check our transactions. Log. Transactions. Let's look at that. We sold the ship. We got our reward. We bought the ship for about 70 plus 1,000 credits. They bought it at 83,000 and paid us even more money for the drop-off. We made over 10,000 credits for the sale and purchase of that ship. Like I said, great way to make money, especially because I bought the ship from my own military outpost. Okay. So when you buy stuff from your own stations, it's cheaper, and apparently they'll buy it at a really nice price. So, good money. Okay. So as far as earning credits, that also covered being a miner and buying and selling ships. Okay. So that basically completes that part of the video. We went over doing courier missions, retrieving a broken ship, fighting or destroying ships for cash, buying and selling goods like being a merchant, making a taxi service or a taxi ship, and salvaging abandoned ships, or realistically selling the things. Okay. Last thing to do for this video then is to demonstrate, how can you own your own station? Okay. So, first things first, you want to figure out, which station do you really want? That's the first question. So let's say you're out and about in your ship. Okay, you're just kind of flying around. And you realize you've got a couple 100,000 credits laying around. You're pretty happy with the ship you have. Maybe you have some other ships set up for taxi services or passenger hauling. Sorry, that's the same thing. Mining vessels, passenger hauling, automatic merchant ships. You name it, you're making money. But you don't have a station of your own yet. You want one. What do? Well, First of all, here's my recommendation. Go to log. Go to cargo prices. Go all the way to the bottom of the list. Because just like weapons and organic rations, for example, you can buy parts to set up your own base. Okay? Now, the cheapest actual stations that you can dock at would be either the military outpost, okay, which you can see is typically, sold for around 300,000 plus credits. Or you can get a repair shop, which actually apparently is a bit more expensive. But let's say, for example, you want to buy a military outpost, which is what I recommend. You can get cheap discounted ships to buy. Granted, you really don't make any money off of it, except for the fact that you can buy weapons. Then the weapons that you don't want to use or don't need anymore, you just sell them back to your own station. Or I should say, give them back to your own station and make the money back. Okay? And let's say, for example, you want to buy a ship, use it temporarily, you can fly it back and sell it right back. So it's basically like renting or getting a free ship. One moment, fellas. Alright, so I'm back, anyway. Did not even miss me, did you? Okay, so I recommend a military outpost. Basically, more or less free weapons, free ships. Like I said, you can buy one, use it, sell it back to your own base, get all your money back. Get some weapons, use some of them, get a refund on the rest of them. Okay? Let's say you want to go to war, you can buy a small army, and then every ship that survives the battle, sell it all back. Okay? So it's not about making money off the station, it's about saving money. The rest of the stations you can buy, it's about making money. Okay? So first things first, what do you gotta do? Well, you have to get a hauler. You can't set up a base without a hauler. So let's do that. So let's go to log, properties, let's go to our HQ, enter. Now in reality, if you're at this stage where you have hundreds of thousands of credits laying around, you probably already have a bunch of ships. And I recommend at least having one smaller ship parked at a friendly outpost. Maybe, say, the TEF, right? So they'd be in Gatopia. So my recommendation is have a ship parked at Gatopia Station. Okay? So what you'd be doing at this point is you'd be going to log properties and entering into the ship that's parked at that station. I don't have one parked there, so we're just going to go ahead and go to request taxi. So now we're here. Okay. And here we go. You want to get to one of these trade stations and buy a hauler. I recommend a hauler H. It's a bit more money than the hauler A, but you have more cargo space. Buy and enter. Undock. And just like any other ship, seriously, I recommend that you get it properly equipped. Okay? There's no point in having this slow piece of garbage in the way it is. It's just not good, okay? So go park at a military base. They got the best stuff. Go to equipment, Show compatible only. You don't need the missile launcher. Let's trade it in for some guns. This one too. Trade it all in. Shields. If you're setting up a base, you might need extra shielding because you might get attacked. You never know. Get some good shields. Don't be cheap. So be aware this process is going to cost you much more than just the cost of the base that you're buying. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay? Engine. Don't skimp out. Get a good engine. This is going to be very slow. Don't make it worse on yourself. Generator, just because. In my opinion, get a cloaking device. So now that we're all maxed out, go back, go to trade. You don't need all this stuff. You can really get rid of it all. You want to save all your cargo space for your parts. Undock. And where's that? Okay. All your parts for all your stations are in the shipyards. Go to a shipyard. Hop on in. Go to trade. Notice that they sell and trade or buy and sell parts. Find the one that you want. In this case, we're going to buy a military outpost. Go to +1. Buy. And if you have enough space left over, buy some turrets. I recommend the Laser 5. Click on it. +1. That's all the space we have. Okay? Space for one turret. Undock. Next things first. Have an area in mind where you want to set this thing up. Okay? Let's see. So go ahead and click on log, for example. In any sector that you happen to be in, you can click on sector map. And you can actually find good targets, okay? Good areas of space that would make a nice place to set up a station. Okay. And it wouldn't hurt also to have some ships guarding this thing, okay? So let's see where we are here. Slow down, go back to sector map. Yeah, so... There's a certain limit where as to where you can put these things. There's certain, like, distance limits. That should be fine. So now when you want to start setting up a ship, or when you want to start setting up your station, click on the icon again in the lower left-hand corner. Click on ship. Click on cargo. Guys, I'm sorry I talked too fast. Bad habit. Just click on the big guy. Click on the big station first. Doesn't really matter. If you have defense in the area, like other ships guarding you, this should not be a big deal. Click on deploy. My advice, do not set up shop in an area where there's lots of enemies. It just won't work. They will probably attack you. Set up turrets around your stations. Typically, go out about 100 distance from the target that you're setting up. Okay, that should be fine, for example. So I'm about 100 distance away from my new station that I'm setting up. Click on the bars. Click on ship. Click on cargo. Click on your thing to deploy, and then click deploy. And that's it. Smaller things build faster. Okay, you'll notice that percentage bar will go up much quicker than the percentage bar on that thing, for example. That thing's at 9%, right? But this thing's already catching up to it. In fact, this turret will be built and done first. Okay. And that's how you build a station, or stations. Okay. At this point, I recommend getting some of your army over to your own station to guard it. Maybe buying some more turrets to guard the station. But like I said, first things first. Okay, let's review the steps. Get yourself a hauler. Okay, I recommend a hauler H. Okay. Get it equipped with some guns, a cloaking device if you have to or can. And then take it to a shipyard. Then buy the station. Then buy the parts for the station. Okay. If you're starting off just buying your first station, there's nothing wrong with buying a military base. Okay. Now, if you want to make money off a station, you're going to have to wait. Because, let's be fair now, anything else costs a lot more money. Okay. A shipyard, for example, is 2.5 million plus credits. A refinery is about 2 million. Even something as simple as, for example, where is it? An orbital farm cost 1 million credits. So, what's under attack? It doesn't matter anyway. Okay. So in terms of making money, you should already have a bunch of other ships making money for you. Taxis, mining vessels, merchant vessels. Okay. Maybe even like a ship or ships that you use to fly around, attacking other ships to collect bounties, stuff like that. So yeah, so at that point, you should be doing pretty good. You know, you should have lots of ships making money for you. So at this point, getting your first station is just like a way to make it official. That you're an actual faction, and that you're ready to take yourself seriously. Okay. Not that you weren't a faction before, because you're always a faction. Okay. So anyway, guys, once these percentage bars get to 100, it's official. These things are done building. They're built. There's nothing else you have to do. Just guard the area with some of your own ships. Guard the area. Okay, guard these things. So that they don't get destroyed. Okay. I'm so sorry I'm talking so fast. I'm tripping on my own words. Yeah, guard these things. Get some ships over here. Guard them. Set up turrets. You're all set. Okay? Don't sit here watching these things get built. It's just really boring, so let's be done with that. Okay? Let's go to this file. Go to this file. Load this one. So like I said, you're already a faction as soon as you start the game. You already are your own faction. It's just a matter of naming yourself. Alright? So, You go to faction settings. Like I said, guys, give yourself a player name. Like I said, I wasn't feeling very creative, so this will be my player name or my pilot name. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of a good faction name when you're starting off. Okay, I have an idea. We'll just be, we'll be the Merc. Like the mercenary, the Merc. Okay. Yeah, I like that, the Merc. That's fine. Then they want a short name, typically 3 letters, right? The Merc. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Huh. It can be whatever you want it to be. In fact, I guess it can be 3 to 10 characters, so... The Merc, done. Okay. And that's it. You're a faction. As simple as that. Okay. Now, let's take care of business, shall we? I'm getting tired of that thing over there. He wants to fly around and terrorize me. Ain't gonna happen. Come on, punk. Come get some. There you go. Now what's that bounty on him? Let's find out. He's my bounty. Or not. That's okay. So let's review here, guys. I'm gonna pause it again. So yeah, so we covered how to basically create your faction. Okay. First of all, give it a name. Name your pilot. Name your faction. Give it a short name, kind of like a code name or nickname. As far as, you know, growing alliances, I'm going to put out a link again to the other video series on making alliances or making allies. As far as owning a station, we demonstrated that. I went ahead and I finished off what I was doing on being a miner, buying and selling ships for cash. Okay, when we demonstrated that through buying that Hornet X and then selling it. Notice that was good money, right? Like over 10,000 credits. And that really is a great way to make cash, for example. A great way to make cash when you finally have enough money to buy ships of your own. Or to buy more ships, I should say. Great way to do it. And then, of course, on top of that, in the previous video, we covered doing courier missions, retrieving broken ships, fighting ships for cash, buying and selling goods, and being a taxi. Okay? And as far as starting off the game, making in-game credits, okay? Those are all great beginner ways to make the money. Okay? So, my recommendations, you know, do some basic courier missions, maybe retrieve some broken ships. Once your ship is properly equipped with missiles and lasers, or if you don't like missiles yet, then Just use lasers. It's fine. Okay? Once you learn how to use missiles really well and use ECMs properly, the missiles become really fun to use. Maybe you've bought in another ship to use, now you're a taxi service, or you have a taxi ship, making you more money. You can do all sorts of stuff. And really quickly, to review, again, we're going to click on the 3 bars, click on ship, click on orders, click on special. You can order a ship to do any automatic stuff. You can order automatic trading, mining, or passenger transport. Just buy the appropriate ship and give it the right orders. That's all there is to it. Okay, guys, so that's it. And this has been Justin Pontarelli flying the Androla. Or no, flying the Hawker. Flying off into space saying, guys, until next time, hope you enjoyed. Hope this was educational. If you thought it was boring, that's fine. Let me know in the comments below on how to improve that. If the video was too long, I can always be encouraged to break up the video into smaller sections. That's okay. I can do that. I'm very open to constructive criticism. Anyway, guys, that's all. Leave comments below. Hope you enjoyed. See you later.